when it comes to warming up your 4-stroke dirt bike, not every bike is the same. So some take longer, some take shorter to warm it up. But some common mistakes that I see are warming it up too quickly, whether it's revving it up or just getting on the bike and riding hard. What this can do is it can cause a cold seizure or just excessive wear, because the piston, the engine parts are expanding at different rates because they're different thicknesses. The metals warm up and expand at different rates. So if you warm it up too fast, this can cause excessive wear, and it could potentially seize the engine if you do it too often or too quickly. But on the other end, some people take too long to warm up the engine, especially on modern 4-stroke dirt bikes that are liquid cooled. They don't like to sit and idle for a long time. The radiators, they need air flowing through them to keep them cooled enough. So if you just let it sit there idling for 5 minutes, it's going to get too hot. You may even see the head pipe get cherry red hot. The coolant may spew out of the overflow hose, or it may steam. So what you need to do is, when the engine is nice and hot, you need to start riding it. Get that air flowing through the radiators to cool the coolant down and keep the engine at a proper temperature. So how do you know when your engine is properly warmed up? Well, you feel the side of the cylinder, and if it is warm to the touch but it's not too hot that you have to take your hand off, then it's not warmed up enough. You can also do this with the radiators, to touch it with your fingers, and once it's scorching hot, then you know that it's getting hot and may be at the temperature, but then you can go and start to ride it. Don't get on it hard yet. You still want to be smooth with the throttle, using low to mid RPM, and if it's bogging or hesitating, then you either left the choke on or the engine isn't fully warmed up yet. So I like to start my bike up and let it idle for at least 10, 20, 30 seconds, giving it some revs, and then get on it as soon as possible, as long as it'll stay running. And then I like to slowly ride at low RPM, maybe shifting into second or third gear, kind of putting around, and then I can kind of feel the throttle response and feel the engine every minute or so, and then I'll know when it's fully warmed up. It usually takes just a few minutes. If you have an older air-cooled bike, it may take a little bit longer, especially if the jetting is too lean or the temperature is just cold outside. And if you want to learn 3 free ways to make your engine more durable, more reliable, so you don't get caught stranded out in the middle of nowhere because your bike broke down, I have a free guide for you. You can go to motocrosshideout.com/prevent, or the link is in the description below. This is Kelly Fager from Motocross Hideout. Learn more, ride more, so you can stay safe and have fun for many years to come.